To suffer in silence means dealing with deep pain and struggle alone.
Here at Drop an Anchor, we want to create a safe space to break the silence. Welcome to the RECtable.
Hey fam, we're back
We are back
and we want to welcome you to Drop an Anchor podcast.
at the RECtable.
This is our segment called the RECtable. The purpose of this segment is to allow people to come in and join us so that they can share their experiences with not only us, but you. And we can drop some anchors and heal some trauma. Because you know this is all about what? Personal growth and development. And so that's what we're here to do today.
All right, before we get started, please make sure that you like, subscribe, share, turn on those post notifications because we don't want you to miss an episode, whether we're in the studio, at the RECtable, or in the streets. We want you to be with us every step of the way. And also, if you need any assistance with photography, aerial footage, podcasting, please make sure that you reach out to Destiny Cloud Sessions. I'll make sure to drop all the information below.
Perfect. Okay, so let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's talk about the month and why we are here today and what we're going to talk about.
Okay, so this month is Suicide and Depression Awareness Month.
Right.
Whew, heavy subject, right? Heavy sigh, heavy sigh. So we thought it only fitting to invite a couple of people in that are willing to tell their story. Mm-hmm. You heard the poem, Suffer in Silence. So many of us are dealing with trauma, whether it be childhood trauma, whatever it may be. We're holding that inside and we have no safe space to speak to it, speak to anyone about it. We're worried about judgment. We're dealing with shame.
Right.
Those things all come along. I know in my life, I come from a culture of sweeping things under the rug.
Right.
So if you don't talk about it, it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. Guess what? We need to debunk that. We need to get that.
It definitely happened. It has
Yes.
definitely impacted us in some way, shape, or form. And creating a form where we can release that is only going to make it better path forward.
Right. So we're here to invite you into this safe space. We hope that this will be impactful, that you will get something from this, and it will just help you to start to talk about these things and have these conversations, these difficult conversations, because today, suffering in silence is huge.
Right.
Especially with mental health and, all the other issues. We would like to take a moment to introduce our special guests who have come to share their story with us today. So we'd like to introduce John and Cheyenne. Welcome.
Thank you for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having us. Mm-hmm.
And welcome to the RECtable.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So being that this is such a sensitive subject, I feel the energy at this table right now, so I'd like to do a little self-care. So I'm going to take you through box breathing. Okay? The process is you're going to breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, exhale for 4. We'll do that 4 times. Okay. And try to bring you down the center, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's begin. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. Again, in. Hold. Breathe out. One more time. In. Hold. Exhale it out. Last time. In. Hold. Go ahead and breathe it out. Okay, I'm going to ask you, John, to continue to close your eyes. And I want to ask you a question. When you hear the words, suffer in silence, what does that mean to you? I'm going to ask you to open your eyes.
Being stranded on an island by yourself, no one to talk to, no one to listen to you, feeling all alone.
Okay. So is that a theme that has been common in your life?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And it's come to light more as I'm getting older.
Okay.
Things are popping up to where, back when it happened.
Okay. Speak to me about that, back when it happened.
Yeah, I would like to know, when you're on that island, what are you thinking about? What are the thoughts that are going through your mind? Tell us about that.
Well, then we got to go way back. My burden or my nightmares probably started when I was a child.
Okay.
Seeing things, a child shouldn't be seeing. Having things done that shouldn't be done to children. Just the emotional. It's like I said, at the time, I really didn't think of it, and I didn't think it would bother me. Yeah, the shit was fucking fucked up. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm a kid. Back then I was a kid. I didn't, I mean, I never had a father figure in my life, so it was hard.
May I ask if the things that you said that you seen that shouldn't be done to children were happening to someone else, or was that to you?
Both.
Wow.
Okay.
Both. And I don't know, maybe back then I knew it wasn't right because I tucked it away.
Most people do.
And like I said, the older I started getting, and it started to come out. It started to pop up.
Right.
Okay. Was that because of something that happened that, made you remember your repressed memories? Because that's what they're called.
Yeah.
You put them, they're too heavy. So no child should ever endure things like that. You're not even capable of dealing with those things at that time. So did something happen?
Well, when I got older, I joined. After high school, I joined the military.
Okay.
Joined the Marine Corps, and went to war, saw combat, and then back then, at that time during combat, saw a lot of things. We're in a third world country. It was Desert Storm. Saudi Arabia. Saw a lot of things. Saw a lot of the oppression, the atrocities that happened during combat. saw a lot of child or younger, you'd say children involved and all that. And it wasn't, at that time, I didn't think about it. I was there to do a job, and I didn't think it was going to affect me the way it does now.
When you decided to join the military, was that your way of running away from life, from the traumatization that you were going through? Like,
yeah, pretty much, because it was happening all the way up until throughout junior high, mid-high school. That's why I did a lot of things to keep my mind off it. Which why, you know, I became a jock. I played a lot of sports, and I found myself tending to stay at school after school was over.
Now that was, how old were you at that point?
15, 16, 17.
Okay.
that's that tucking it.
Yeah.
Table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So during this time when things were happening, because you've given us quite a wide time span, was there ever a time that you tried to express this to someone, or did you just kind of deal with it,
Hold it in.
you know, or just tuck it and just keep moving around it?
I never tried to bring it up, or I was kind of ashamed
Okay.
or embarrassed
Right.
Right.
to bring it up, because I put up a facade to where, you know, even though I was suffering inside or behind closed doors, I had, you know, a reputation or whatever you want to call it to keep up.
So it sounds like when you're talking about reputation, that was the older John.
Yes.
Okay. So if you can recall, what was the younger John feeling when this started happening? Because, of course, we need to be able to connect with the people who should be, and I put that in air quotes, our support system, the people who should keep us safe. So at what point did you realize that you didn't have that space to keep you safe?
I'll probably say 10, 9, 10, up until like 12. That's when, you know, really bad stuff happened.
Okay.
And it affected me a lot. It's,
Okay.
you know, and as I said, I kept it to myself.
Okay.
And because I didn't know who I could turn to. The people I did turn to let me down.
Okay. So you didn't have anyone you could trust.
No.
That would.
Trust went out the window,
Okay.
and I put up a wall.
Okay.
Not even knowing I was putting up a wall.
Right. But that was you keeping yourself safe.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, I'm tiptoeing around things because I don't want to take you to a place where it's not safe for you at this time. So when these things were happening, were you in your household? Were you, taken out of your household, being like with extended family or neighbor, or?
It's pretty much everything.
So just consistently, just everyone was just, okay.
Do you feel that you're in a place now where you can talk about the bad things that happened?
Yes.
What kind of bad things? Because we want to have this space open for you to release that.
If you want to ask me specific questions, go right ahead. Like I said, I find it, for me, talking about it helps me a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so then I believe the first thing that you mentioned was when you were younger, when things started to happen.
What things?
Yeah, what things? Speak to us about that. And if you're not ready, then don't. But we're here to help and support you.
You know, it's gonna hit a lot with a lot of people, and I know.
Trigger warning for people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That this, you might hear this, might be kind of disturbing, but it's
your truth.
It's your truth.
and it happens. And
Yes.
it's child molestation.
Okay.
Happened to me twice.
Okay.
And one time it was from somebody that I thought was someone that
you trusted?
that I trusted.
Okay.
And so.
Okay. And I do want to acknowledge that we are very, very sorry that these things happen to you. No child deserves to go through trauma like that. In this space, we hope we can support you to where when you walk away from here today, you'll feel a little bit lighter. You will have released it. You will have told your truth. And you know that there's no judgment that is coming against you, and you can release all the shame, blame, and forgive the person as well as forgive yourself, because I sense that that's something that needs to happen. Because this is not your fault. There's nothing that you did that could entice a person, a sane person, to do the things that were done to you. These are monsters. These are people who don't, they deserve to, whatever they gave you, give it back to them. We're giving it back to them today. We don't want you to hold on to this any longer. So I'm going to ask you to breathe. Deep breath in, please. Deep breath out.
Okay, you can stop.
Okay. Tuck it under there.
I'll take a small break.
I'm sorry.
No.
Don't be sorry.
Come here, brother. Come here. Don't you want